boys and girls and people that are listening. Some of you might remember this little chap called Clyde, and I took him to church one day and we were talking about the harness and the names of all the parts. But today, never mind little Clyde, we've got big Elvis here ready to teach you about the harness. First of all, we've got the bridle here, that's kind of normal, the bit in his mouth and the reins to be able to stop and steer him. But the unusual part here is the blinkers. Now the blinkers, they help Elvis to concentrate so that when he's told by the driver to walk on, he can walk on and he can focus straight ahead and he doesn't see any distractions. Then here we have the collar. That's fairly obvious, but it's this part here, the metal part. They're called the hems, and the cart is actually attached to the hems, if that's what we're going to pull with this harness, with chains or traces, and that means that when he needs to go forward and pull the cart, he's got the strength to be able to do that, because the collar spreads the weight over his chest and shoulders, so he can go forward with his strength. At the other side, we've got all this leather. It's called the breeching. Now, it's attached to the cart as well, but kind of in a different way, because it's not really for pulling it forward. It's for stopping it to go backwards and to go the wrong way, which would maybe harm Elvis. Then we come to the saddle. It's not a saddle for riding. The saddle helps spread the weight of the cart over his back. But what you might be focused on is this special chain. And some of you will be thinking, oh, I remember that chain. Can I remember the name? Oh, if anyone does remember, give yourself a pat on the back. That is called the rigbody. Great word, the rigbody. And the rigbody is attached to the cart, the actual shafts that come along here. And really, without the rigbody, you wouldn't be able to pull the cart. So it's extremely important. So all of this harness equipment, all of it helps Elvis to walk on and to go forward as he is meant to. Now, by this stage, you'll be thinking, where is Laura going to get a verse in the Bible about a harness? But what I found is some equipment that helps us to go forward in our Christian faith. And it's in Ephesians chapter 6, it's called the Armour of God. So there is the helmet of salvation. Do you imagine you've got your head fitted with the helmet of salvation and you're focused on your salvation? You're thinking about Jesus that died for you, saved you from death and gave you everlasting life. Then you can concentrate and move forward as a Christian without any distractions. We also have the breastplate of righteousness, and that's something, if you think of the righteousness, that comes from Jesus as well. Jesus has made us right or righteous in the eyes of God. So remembering that as a Christian will give us the strength we need to walk on and go forward. There's also the shield of faith. To be a Christian, you do have to have faith. You have to believe. You have to believe in Jesus Christ. You have to believe that he died and rose again. And you have to believe that he is with you each day, shielding you and helping you to go in the right direction. And now you're thinking, okay, this is going to get far-fetched if there's a rigbody in the armour of God. But there is a belt, the belt of truth. And you can imagine how important that is. It must hold all the armour together. And all these things we've talked about, salvation, righteousness, all that, is written in the Bible. And we believe the Bible is true. It is the Word of God. So the things in the Bible are true. So all the things in the armour of God help us to go forward and walk on in our Christian faith. But the passage says a couple more interesting things. It says, be alert. Now that's very interesting. Be alert. It could be because with the armour of God, we are to share the gospel of peace, the good news about Jesus, so you can be alert and look out for opportunities to tell people about Jesus. Or it might mean be alert, like be careful, don't get distracted by other things, but keep walking in the right direction. And then one more thing that helps all of this is the passage tells us to pray. You can pray that you will use the armour of God to walk on in your Christian faith.